get started with a body rock floor routine. I'm using sliding discs. You can use washcloths or kitchen towel, whatever makes your floor slippery. Paper plates are supposed to work well on carpet. So we're going to get started with our feet on that slippery surface you have, reaching way up high to the sky. We're starting in burpees, reaching down towards the ground. Hands go right in front of your feet, and you're going to send those feet out into a high plank position. Add a push-up, and then cannonball those knees back in to meet your elbows, and stand up tall towards the sky. You can take these as fast or as slow as you want, just to get your body warmed up. Keep that form really nice and clean though, making sure your back stays in a tabletop position, that you're not letting your hips pike up as you drag those knees in. Warming up that center core and that upper body with these push-ups. Great job. Keeping this nice and slow and controlled. You have a couple more reps here. And we're going to meet you in a high plank position and then walk it down to your forearms after your next rep. So try to get one more burpee in there. You're going to walk it down to your forearms for a forearm pike to plank. And then your legs are going to stay straight and you're just going to engage that center core to pike those hips up towards the ceiling. And then send those feet out back into that forearm plank position. Feel like there's a string wrapped around your hips that's pulling you straight up towards the ceiling, keeping those shoulders out of your ears. When you come down to a plank, make sure your hips don't sag. You want to keep them in line with your shoulders here. Exhale as you pike your hips up. Inhale as you send them back flat. We have a couple more reps here. You have about 10 seconds. You're going to meet me on your back to get into hip lifts. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can lay down on the mat or on your floor, whatever's more comfortable. I'm going to keep my feet on my discs just to add a little bit of a challenge here to keep it slippery. So I'm going to put my whole feet on them. Hands can be down by your side. You're going to lay with your knees pointing towards the ceiling, and we're going to start with both feet on the ground. Sending your hips up, rolling one vertebrae at a time, up towards the sky, and then one vertebrae at a time, back down onto the mat. Exhale as you send those hips up. 2, 3, 4. Inhale back down to the mat. 2, 3, 4. Keeping this nice and slow. Keeping those feet planted right under your knees. Relaxing your upper body, making sure your shoulders are not crowding your ears. They're pressed back and down. Shoulder blades against the mat or the floor. Really engaging in those glutes and your hamstrings to push those hips up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold it all the way at the top. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it all the way at the top. And we're just going to squeeze those knees together and back out. Just a few inches. This is a really small movement. The important thing here is that you're keeping those hips up towards the ceiling. You're just on the tips of your shoulder blades on the mat. Everything else is off the ground. Your hips are up as high as they'll go towards the ceiling. We're just pulsing those knees in and out. You're going to roll your back down onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the back onto the mat. We're getting music thanks to my 3-year-old. He's going to play us the guitar and hopefully we'll start singing here. We're going to stick your left foot up towards the ceiling, your foot flat like you're pressing it up against the ceiling. And you're going to lift your hips up, pressing just through your right leg that's on the ground, your right foot. Keeping this nice and slow. Exhaling as you send that foot up towards the ceiling. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, as you lower it back down. Try to keep this as slow and stable as you can. pushing just through that right hamstring and glute to get those hips up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold it all the way up on your next one for little pulses in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pulse that hip up, keeping those hips squared off towards the ceiling. You're only here for 10 more seconds. I'm going to switch over to the left leg. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to switch to the left leg. Right foot goes up towards the ceiling, like you're trying to step your foot onto that ceiling, and you're going to send those hips up one vertebrae at a time, and slowly bring them back down. Nice and slow and controlled, using that left glute and hamstring to send those hips up towards the ceiling. Keeping this slow and controlled. We're going to hold it all the way up on your next one for little pulses in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just pulse your hips up. 1 inch at a time. Little pulses. You're only here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to stand up. To get into those legs, we're going to start with a front lunge. Moving that mat out of our way. We're going to get into our arms at the same time here. So we're going to have your left foot planted in the front. I'm just going to use my one disc for now. And we're going to do a front lunge with a front raise. So we're going to start, I'm on my left foot, my left leg, my right toes are to that sliding disc behind me. And we're going to start by sinking straight down, nice and slow, into that front lunge. Pushing through the heel as you draw that towel or plate back up towards you. Inhale as you sink down. 2, 3, 4. Exhale back up. 2, 3, 4. Keeping your core engaged. You want that slight pitch forward in your upper body. As you send it down, those weights go out in front of you. Exhale as you stand back up. Keeping this nice and slow. Controlled. Maybe it's a little easier to balance on your wood floor than the machine. Maybe not. Some days it's a little easier than others here. Pushing through your heel of that left foot, you should wiggle the left toes. Making sure that your weight is all back in that heel, that your knee stays stacked right over your ankle. That you're not leaning forward over your toes here. Front raise with the weights, keeping your shoulders back and down. Lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, back, up. 2, 3, 4. Keeping that slow body rock pace. 4 counts down, 4 counts back up. Enjoy our lovely music. Hopefully you're playing your own in the background right now and you can't hear the singing going on in my house. You're going to hold it down on your next one to your lowest point in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to hold it down, hold those weights out in front of you. And we're just going to pulse up an inch and back down. 15 seconds of pulsing in. So you're going to keep that left foot planted there. And then we're going to turn this into a speed skater. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm turning to face you now. We're having your left foot planted, keeping your feet parallel. Right toes are on that sliding disc or that rag. And we're going to go into a side raise with our arms as we sink down into a speed skater. So you're keeping that low lunge on your left leg, keeping that static hold. And your arms are going to come meet in front as you speed skate that right leg in. So keep that left leg as low as you can, keeping your knees stacked above your ankle. You're just bending your right knee to bring that plate or your rag in underneath you. Keeping that low, low lunge. My left leg is shaking. I hope yours is too. Try to keep your shoulders out of your ears, keeping them back and down. Burning out that left hamstring and quad. Really engaging those glutes to help support that left leg. Your right leg's moving, but really you're working all on that left side right now. We're going to grab that other rag or plate, whatever you're using. Have one on each foot to get into squats here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to get into squats with a bicep curl. I'm going to have both of my feet on the discs. They're not going to move. They're adding a little slippery factor here to my squats. So causing me to use my inner thighs a little bit to hold them in place. When your arms out in front of you, your shoulders in line with elbows in line with your shoulders. And we're going to sink back down into that low squat. Bending your weights in towards your shoulders and then straightening it up. If you don't have weights, you can use water bottles. I saw somebody out there using wine bottles, girl after my own heart. Pretty impressive, those are heavy. We're gonna sink nice and slow, like you're sitting in an invisible chair behind you, keeping your chest open and proud. Bicep curling those weights in towards your shoulders, trying to keep your elbows high, and then extending them straight back out as you stand up. If you're sore from yesterday's workout, go ahead and shake your shoulders out. Get into the squats. You always could drop the weights or just hold them in front of you. It's just adding a little extra weight to your squats. Try to continue that bicep curl. Keeping your weight in your heels here. Pushing through those quads and those glutes to help you stand back up. And squeezing those glutes at the top for a little extra push. We're going to hold it all the way down in the low squat. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So hold it all the way down in your low squat. We're just going to bicep curl. You got 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we're going to lose that right disc. We're going to get into the speed skater on the right side. So we're going to take this backwards now. We just did our squats. We're going to take this into our speed skater. So we're going to do the lateral raise again. So you get into that low lunge with your arms out to the side, and then bring your arms towards the front to meet in the middle as you bring your leg in, and then back out. Keeping that low lunge on your right leg, like you're trying to sit in a chair behind you again, keeping all the weight in your right heel. You should be able to wiggle those right toes. Keeping this as slow as you can. Feel that shake in your right quad. Your quad and your glute should be working together to hold you in this low, static hold here. My arms are backward now. You're here for about 15 more seconds. We're going to move this into a front lunge, staying on that right leg. So just a couple more reps. You're going to take it into that front lunge in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So keep that disc under your left toes. Right foot gets planted on the ground. Shake your shoulders out. We're going to sink down low into that front lunge, lifting those weights up in front of you, just to shoulder height, and then sending it back down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and then exhale as you stand up. 2, 3, 4. Keeping this nice and slow and controlled. Don't forget that slight pitch forward in your upper body to protect your lower back. Staying with that front lunge, keeping it as slow as you can, sending it back. Keeping your weight over your right heel, not over your toes. Try to wiggle those front toes. You're going to hold it down all the way to your lowest point. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it all the way down. Now we're just going to pulse up an inch and back down. You have 15 seconds of pulses here. That's it. And we're going to move it into our obliques. Getting into a twisted cannonball. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Do not need those weights right now. You're gonna have your right foot crossed over your left, hands planted to the ground, right foot over the left. Hips are open, shoulders squared off. You're gonna be in a high twisted plank position. And then you're gonna cannonball those knees in towards your elbows. Nice and slow. And then send it back out. Keeping that 4 count, or as slow as you can, and that tabletop back in this position. Cannonballing those knees in as you exhale. Inhale as you send them back out. 2, 3, 4. Keeping those hips at shoulder height, not above, not below. Squeezing through that right oblique to bring those knees in towards your left elbow. You only have 15 seconds left here. You're going to take it down onto your elbows and onto your knees to get into a twisted inchworm. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So these don't slide quite as well on your knees, but you're going to get onto your elbows. And we're going to keep those hips open and twisted. And you're going to hinge from the shoulders to push out. Hinge from the shoulders to bring it back in. Actually, the floor might be better here. And then just pike your hips up. And send it back out. If this is not working on your floor, do a twisted forearm pike to plank. So you can have your feet up on those discs. And then you're in that forearm plank position. Otherwise, if you can get this to work, you can slide on your knees. Do that 4-part move, sliding out as far as you can. Squeezing through that right oblique to bring those hips up towards the ceiling. You're here for just a couple more reps. We're going to open this up into a side plank. So stay on your right forearm and open it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can use one of your discs or not, just have your feet on the ground. Right forearm to the ground. Your left leg should be stacked on top of your right, whether you're on your knees or on your feet. You can always cross that left foot in front for some extra support here. You're only here for 30 seconds. You can do it. We're going to pulse your hips up. Keep those little pulses going. And then we're going to take it into your left oblique with that twisted cannonball. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to have your hands planted on the ground, left foot crossed over the right this time. And then you're going to cannonball those knees in towards your right elbow. And then send it back out and away into that high twisted plank position. Exhaling as you drag those knees in. Inhale as you send them out and away. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Try to keep that slow motion movement going, keeping your hips exactly in line with your shoulders, not lower, not higher. Hey buddy, I just need 5 more minutes, okay? It's not a lot, you're right. We're going to take it down to your forearms for that twisted inchworm. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You heard it from my son, 5 is not a lot. You can do this. And I might have been lying about the 5 minutes. You're going to push those shoulders out and away. Bring it back in, pike those hips up towards the sky. And send them back flat. That 4-part move, keeping it nice and slow. Or doing that twisted pike to plank on your forearms.
Why are you doing the mat?
Because I don't need it right now, bud. But I'm going to use it in a minute, okay?
Why are you use it?
Pike those hips up. Hey, bud, I'm going to need it soon, okay? You have about 15 seconds here, and we're going to go into that side plank. It's just a 30-second side plank. Burning out that left oblique, using that left oblique to pull those knees back in and pike those hips up. We're going to open it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna turn around to face you again. I'm talking to my camera, bud, because I'm taking a video. Left feet to the ground, right foot can cross over the top or be stacked on top, or you can do this on your knees. 30-second side plank. You're 10 seconds in. Now pulse those hips up to burn out that left oblique. Then we're going to see if I can get my mat back from my son. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, buddy, can I have the mat, please? Thanks, pal. You're going to grab your weights. We're going to get into single arm tricep extensions. I'm not done. Can you go put it away? So we're going to start on all fours. You're going to have your right upper arm tucked into your body. Your left leg can stretch out towards the wall to get a little extra balance here. And then you're going to extend your forearm out and back towards the wall, or whatever's behind you there. Keeping this nice and slow. I like that left leg back when we're not working with heavy weights here, because it gives you a little extra core challenge. Because you have to hold still. Careful with that, buddy. Thanks. Don't drop it on my fingers. It would really hurt, so please don't do that. Keeping this nice and slow. Hopefully you're doing this in peace and quiet in your home and you don't have children crawling all over you. But if you do, it still works. It's just fine, right, bud? You're going to hold that arm all the way back for little pulses with the whole arm in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to pulse up. 10 seconds here. You can do it. And then we're going to switch to the left arm.
But these you already did.
Yeah, but I need them again. So leave them there, please. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it on over to the left. So now it's your right leg that's going to extend out behind you. Keeping those hips squared off. Left upper arm goes into your, I'll switch this way. Stays glued into your body, and it's just your forearm straightening out. Buddy, can you please let me finish? Just straightening out that forearm towards the back wall, extending through that joint. Buddy, I need you to get off me, please. Thank you, you're so sweet.
Why can you share?
Sweetest 3-year-old ever, even if he is a little bit disruptive, sorry. Keeping this nice and slow. Keeping that core engaged to help with your balance, especially if you have someone crawling on your leg. Can you please go away, buddy, so I can finish? I love you so much. Can you go play with your sister? You're going to hold that arm all the way out and pulse through the whole arm in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it all the way out. And we're going to do little pulses with that whole arm for 10 seconds. Dylan, I need you to go play with your sister now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And my kids are telling me that it's time to be done. So we are going to finish off with a plank hold using your discs right under your feet again. Just a high plank hold with shoulder taps. You can do this. We've got 30 seconds left. Hold that plank. If that's all you got left, you just hold that plank. Otherwise, we're going to tap shoulder to shoulder. Keeping your hips still as you can. And watch, now I'm a tunnel. A shoulder tapping tunnel. We only have about 15 seconds left here. Watch out, you better get through or I'm going to squish you when I lay back down. Because I'm almost done. You better go fast, dude.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Dylan. Can you go fast, please? Thank you. We're going to take it into child's pose in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you get to stretch. Thanks, buddy.
Are you done?
I am done now. Can you say thank you to everyone? Say thanks for joining us. Go stretch on your own because he's not going to let me do it. Thank you. We're going to turn the video off.